Hey, it's Neuro. In this video, we're going through the image generation workflows in my ComfyUI pack. I'll show you how they're structured and walk you through how to use them. If you're new to my workflows, I highly recommend checking out the first video I made where I go over what's in the pack and how to install it. If you haven't grabbed the pack yet, the link is down in the description. Also, if you're brand new to AI or ComfyUI, you might want to watch a few beginner tutorials first. This video assumes you're already familiar with some of the basics and know your way around. In the workflow pack, you'll see 3 image generation folders: the regular image generation folder, advanced, and pixel art. The regular one is your go-to workflows for each model. The advanced folder has more advanced workflows like QR code, flux redux, and context. The pixel art folder is the same as the base image gen workflows, but are modified for pixel perfect outputs. If you see anything labeled Nunchaku, those are faster versions of the Flux workflows. They'll need some extra setup, so make sure to check out a separate guide for that. All the workflows follow the same general structure, so once you understand how one of them is set up, you should understand how to use most of them. Let me walk you through the key parts in each workflow. Each workflow starts with prompt nodes. You'll either see just a positive prompt or both a positive and negative prompt depending on the workflow. Following that, there's an input image node. These are optional, but if you do use it, make sure to lower the denoise. The lower your denoise, the more it looks like your input image. You'll also see an image size node. This rescales your input to match what the model needs. ST 1.5 uses 512 and SDXL uses 1024. It's set up in megapixels, so a value of 1 equals 1 megapixel. You could load a 4K image and it will just auto-scale down to fit the model's ideal range. Next up is one of my favorite tools in the pack, the Paint Pro node. It will just bypass automatically if you don't need it, but if you do, just pull the output from the image over to it. This lets you paint or draw directly onto your input image. You can edit your image or even just create an image from scratch. If you need to reset it, you can just right-click and select Clear Canvas. All the workflows have an aspect ratio picker, so you can easily switch between common formats. There's a seed node in every workflow. If you want to recreate the same image, you can set the seed to fixed, or you can randomize it each time to explore different variations. You can find sampler, scheduler, and step count settings in every workflow. I've set them for good default results, but feel free to tweak and experiment. Depending on the workflow, there may be a few extra nodes for more control. These are all optional. You can ignore them unless you want to get experimental with your outputs. Some workflows include ControlNet or IP adapter nodes. These will give you more control using structure or reference images. Just put your control images into the control image nodes. With IP adapter, you select a model, and you can adjust the strength values to control how much influence the reference image has. You can adjust the start and end values to determine when it starts and ends, with 0 being at the start and 1 being at the end. If you set strength to 0 and start to 1, that will essentially turn it off. ControlNet has similar options. You'll choose the model, preprocessor, and again you've got strength, start, and end controls. ControlNet's great for using things like poses or depth maps to guide the output. Let's talk about the advanced folder now. These workflows are designed for specific use cases. The API Playground lets you test the same prompt or input image with lots of different models. It does require API credits. You'll see reroute nodes that let you connect the input image, masks, or control images to different modules. Some of the models have their own prompt boxes as well. The Redux workflow is for style matching. You put in an image and it creates outputs that look and feel similar to the input. You can use multiple images and there's controls to blend them together. Revision is basically a promptless workflow. You put in images and adjust the settings to get different results. Just adjust the strength and noise augmentation. Feel free to play around with the settings on this one. If you ever mess anything up, you can easily just close out of the workflow and select No when it asks if you want to save. Or you can just drag a fresh version of the workflows from my zip file to set it back to default. Context is more like an AI-powered editor. You feed it an image, and it can make changes based on your prompts, like changing colors, changing the weather, etc. There's a few different Flux ControlNet setups in here. Flux ControlNet uses ControlNet guidance with the Flux model. Flux Depth and Canny are faster versions of the ControlNet using LoRa's. These run quicker but have fewer control options. Each of the advanced Flux workflows also have an Nunchaku version. These are the same workflows as the standard image generation ones, but optimized for pixel-perfect output. You'll notice a couple of new nodes. Pixel art size. Make sure to set this to common pixel art sizes like 32, 64, 128, or 256. Image pixelate lets you control the color palette size and whether or not to use dithering. There's a pixel-sized version and an upscale version being saved. There's also a preview of what the image looks like before any of the pixel art math is applied. It's not being saved though, and it's just a preview, so you'll have to right-click and save it if you want to keep it. That's pretty much a full overview of the image generation workflows in the ComfyUI pack. In the next videos, I'll be covering upscaling, in-painting, out-painting, XY plotting, and the tools folders. So stay tuned and subscribe if you'd like to see those. If you didn't understand anything or need help with anything, feel free to drop a comment with any questions or join the Discord and I'll help you out in any way I can. Thanks for watching.